Hey folks, Serge Berger here. It continues to be a fairly muted market environment in this late stages of the month of August 2017. We are seeing some headlines from a geopolitical and a political perspective out there, and that is causing a little bit of rumblings. What we're continuing to see is underneath the surface is sector and group rotation, much less so than what we saw earlier in the year, but we're still seeing it. So let me walk you guys through one part of the market I think that is now looking increasingly good again, and it's biotech. If you look at biotechnology through the lens of the IBB ETF, what you'll see is very simply that we have very well defined resistance that we had once the market broke lower in early 2016, and that area around, let's call it the 300 area on the IBB Biotechnology ETF that has continued to act as resistance. Well, that resistance broke earlier this year in June. If you guys recall, for those of you guys that are following me on the YouTube channel, or obviously Clubhouse members for sure, you guys remember, we ended up buying biotech stocks, IBB and other stocks on June 1st as we had a bullish reversal, which was part of our sector and group rotation. So what ended up happening then is we started to see on our proprietary sector scans, we started to see healthcare stocks start to turn near-term bullish. And as a result, we then ended up seeing a whole bunch of bullish reversals, B2 bullish reversals, which came up on our B2 bullish reversal scans such as this, that allowed us to then buy biotechnology stocks. Well, now what we've seen, if you look at the biotech sector broadly, you can see here large cap biotech, we've basically had a retest of what used to be resistance around 300 bucks, and now it may have acted as, but all in all, this looks pretty good. So in this case now, what I'm starting to see is some better single name stocks, particularly opportunities in a stock like Biogen, BIIB. Right now, we don't really have any threats from a earnings perspective. Yes, of course, with biotech, there's always the threat of some unexpected news of a product approval or disapproval or a rival doing this or that. So there's always that risk. But Biogen on the charts, and given what I said on the IBB, does look pretty promising. So look at this, for example, we have Biogen remaining to trade in a very well-defined but somewhat wide trading range. $300 is the upper end of that range. We're right there right now. We've been consolidating just below there for the past few weeks. If we move on to the daily chart, you'll see this all a little bit clearer. Again, here's the trading range, and what we've had over the past couple of months is basically, actually past few months, we've seen an inverse head and shoulders pattern develop, and you can see that's what this is. It's inverse head and shoulders pattern, in case you don't know, is a bullish pattern through the lens of technical analysis. But of course, you want to look at the market not just through the technical zones, but also in respect to seasonals and some other dynamics from a structural perspective. But right now, what you can see, this inverse head and shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, all having this stock coiling below well-defined resistance. And I do think if the stock can break above, let's call it the $298 to $300 area, I think it could start working towards about $320. So that's a trading setup that I see here. Again, keep in mind the broader markets concerns, whether that's political, geopolitical, fundamental, anything else will usually trump any single name stocks. I do think right now we do have the setup in biotech, like I showed you before, in the IBB ETF, and now in BIIB as a single name stock. I think it's an interesting idea to potentially trade this once it actually does overcome technical resistance. If you've ever wanted to attend an event and meet other traders and commingle and learn a ton of stuff, bring your laptop and trade live, or you want to just do it online, the whole thing, which is now brand new for this event, you need to come or sign up for the Super Trader Summit, September 24th, 26th in Chicago. Now, you don't have to show up in person. It's actually now also available online, the whole thing. If you can't travel for some reason, which is totally understandable, you can now do the whole thing online at the comfort of your home or office. It's a 3-day boot camp. You're gonna have so much fun learning stuff. If you're there in person, you'll be able to commingle with the traders, meet other traders. There's a crazy amount of stuff that you'll learn from a trading perspective for the near term and medium term and long term trading. We have free giveaways, guest speaker here, Linda Rashke, to kick off the event. Of course, I'll be speaking. I'll be holding extra private sessions if you sign up here through me. So I think on Sunday, before the event kicks off, before we have cocktail hours, we will do a private session that also will be broadcast and recorded online. We'll do a separate session then later on just with me in addition to my guest speakers. And also, I'm going to throw in for you two things. Number one, I'll throw in my trend following course, which is $200 usually online. You can learn what I consider to be the most successful trading strategy, and investor strategy that has ever been and continues to be. And you'll also get my brand new ebook on top performing chart patterns. This too is all usually costs about, I think, $100 or so. So you're getting about $300 worth of free stuff just by signing up to this event. Again, it's now available online and offline. Make sure you use the link down below in the comment section to sign up. It's an amazing event. Read more about it in that link. But you got to register now because I think the tickets are just about to go up to $500. So they're much cheaper right now. So make sure you do that. And I hope to see you guys in Chicago or online.